Well, hey,
Hey.
how's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's hump day.
Yeah, we've already gotten the giggles since we've been up here.
We have.
We've been doing some talking before we got started tonight.
Yes, which is so important because a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff we say, I'll just leave it at that. We're not able to say on camera.
No, we're not.
But
And
anyway,
usually we just fix our margaritas and come on up here and kind of get started. But tonight we spent like 30 minutes just watching the Artemis 2 launch and eating some pizza and just chit-chatting.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Lisa feeds me like a stray dog and I was enjoying watching the launch and talking gossip with her. So
yeah, and tonight we're sipping on water and unsweetened tea because I still cannot find limeade.
It is so strange. It's like they're plotting against mom bots and margaritas.
I don't know what the deal is, but I'll look harder this next week. Well, this week we're going to do another Q&A session, and we'll probably just get right into it because we have a lot of questions between the two of us,
Yes,
so I know we won't get to all of it, but we'll see how we do. So let's go ahead and jump in.
I love it.
You want to go first or me?
Sure, I'll go
Okay.
first. So, if you could be any age for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Mm. So we sent each other the questions just to kind of look over, and I still wanted to be able to give somewhat raw answers. So I just thought about it quickly and didn't give it too much thought because I still wanted it to be authentic when we were up here. But gosh, I don't know. I think probably maybe I struggled between 30 and 40. And I think because 30 is you're still so young and you don't get as tired and you just feel like you're going to live forever. And it's, in the middle of just, I don't know, it's just a great part of your life. And then I thought, well, maybe 40 because you're a little bit more established. You're still young. You're still young enough to feel young, but you're a bit wiser. And I think
Yeah,
you've learned a little bit more in life at 40 versus 30. So I don't know, 30, 40-ish. What about you?
I had not planned to ask myself
Oh, okay.
this question. However, I mean, I think if we're talking body wise, I wish
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, what, 23 or
Right,
something like that, where you
right.
look great. I would say mentally, I kind of like where I am
Do
now.
you?
I think some days you struggle,
Mhm.
but for the most part, you've got so much wisdom
Yeah,
and so much experience that you've gained. I don't know that I would rewind back to 30.
yeah.
I do think having a do over with my kids being young,
Mhm.
that might change
Yeah.
things. But as far as like body wise
Yeah,
and
for
mind
sure.
wise, we're at least 30 years
Right.
apart.
Okay. What is the weirdest thing that you own?
Okay, so I thought about this one a lot and racked my brain.
You did?
Everybody that knows me knows I'm weird. I don't have a lot of weird stuff,
Yeah, I don't
believe it
either.
or not. But one thing that immediately came to my mind is I have tiny hands, which I love.
Yes.
And I like to freak people out with those. I will say too, I also have a symbol for my car that
Jeffrey does
that I
too.
can play in the car because I play a mean air drum, and I
Yeah.
got it for Christmas because I'm consistently drumming on
Mhm.
my steering wheel. So,
Somebody go ahead.
I would not think a lot of 51-year-old women drive around with a symbol in their
Right,
car. So, I
right.
would say that's mine.
Jeffrey got one for his birthday. A coworker gave it to him because when I got in the car, I was like, "What is that?" I had no idea what it was.
I love it. It's the best.
It took me a while because I don't have a lot of weird things either. But I have got in my loft, in my Alabama room, an Alabama chimpanzee golf statue.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You had to have seen it
I've
before.
seen that.
But that statue has been in my family for probably like 55 years. I'm
Mm,
52. So it was given to my grandfather by my aunt's then boyfriend.
interesting.
Yeah. So that was given to my grandfather. I think that's the correct story. I don't know why it would have been given to her. And it was in my grandparents' home forever. There's home videos of me dancing to it. And so when they passed away, I got it. I may have had it before then, but I think I got it when they passed away. And so it's in here. But It's just strange, and I thought, "Why is it a monkey? Like, what is it about why is a monkey dressed up in a golf suit?" So I actually, like, looked it up, and I don't know, it's something I think it represents, like, fun and leisure and just playing around and things like that. So,
I
anyway,
love
I would
that.
say that's the weirdest thing that I have.
Okay. What's a fictional world you think you could totally thrive in?
I have no idea. That is the one question that I just kept thinking about over and over and over, and I don't know, I can't think of anything.
The
So
only thing that came to mind for me was Friends.
me too! I actually did think about that.
See? And although it technically is not a fictional world, it was a fictional
Right,
show,
right.
but I think I would thrive in that.
Actually, that was one of the first things that came to mind, and I thought, "Well, I don't know, I'm not gonna say that because I overthink anything, so but yeah, I did think about Friends.
We could be in a apartment across from Joey and Chandler.
Chandler and Ross.
Chenandler Bong.
But listen, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? The Friends.
Live in an apartment across
Oh,
from
well, moving on. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay, um, I'm gonna jump around.
Okay.
Describe your first kiss. You don't
Okay,
wanna
well,
answer that one?
I'm not gonna say any names, but I think if I remember correctly, it was at school.
Was it?
I think. It was either there or at a dance. That's how memorable it was. He was a little bit older than me, I think
Mhm,
1 grade, so
mhm.
I'm not mentioning any names,
Oh, no, not either.
but I was so nervous. I
Mhm.
remember that because I was 7th grade,
Right.
but that's about all I remember about it.
Mine was at your house.
That's right.
You forgot, didn't you?
I I remember now.
Yes. So, I'm not gonna mention names either,
No.
but mine was at your house, and it was 8th grade.
Okay. Yes,
So,
I do remember.
yeah.
It took me a second, but
Mhm.
yeah, it jogged my memory. Okay. So, what's something completely ordinary that you irrationally love? And the examples are gas station coffee, cracking open a new notebook. Like, what's something that you just love?
Yeah. Um, I had to think about this one too, and really, the only thing I could come up with was candles. I mean,
Mm,
I love candles.
that's a
I
good one.
have always had candles in my home, still do. I'm just obsessed. You go to a store and you see them, you gotta sniff all the candles. My kids have candles, so and I think it's pretty ordinary. It's an ordinary thing, so yeah.
I love to get new stuff
Mhm.
like beauty products or lotion or I don't know, hairspray. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I love to get new things,
Mm,
whether I need some new lotion or whatever. I like to go and smell it all
yeah.
and figure out what you're going to buy,
So that's your thing?
shampoo, whatever. But I'm a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to that stuff, so I like it. But as far as something like bringing me comfort, I
Mhm.
like opening a new notebook or opening, like it said,
Yeah.
get some coffee and
Right.
sit outside and read a book.
Yeah.
Ordinary things that
Yeah.
make you happy.
That's funny that you mentioned that about the lotions because one of the things that I did think about saying was just having, like, a good supply of needed items like deodorant,
Mhm,
toothpaste, lotions, things like that, and I
mhm.
used to tell Jeffrey because he would wanna come home and just bring me stuff that he's bought, and you know me, I can be difficult. I don't like to just be bought things just to have them bought for me. Like, there got to be a time where he was bringing me flowers. I was like, I don't you don't have to do that anymore. But
Mm.
you can buy me, like, deodorants and chapstick and stuff like that." And so he would, and he would come home with that, and I'd stick it under my sink in my little basket.
I'm just
But
saying,
I
if you
just
wanna buy me flowers, not talking to Jeffrey, but anybody that wants to send me flowers, please do, because I love them.
yeah, and they are nice to get, but I just wanted more practical things. So
Practical
when I run
things.
out of deodorant, it's down there and, I can grab it.
I
So,
love that.
yeah.
And it Kudos for a different scent, right?
Right. What would you say was your most questionable fashion moment? And it could
So
be more than one thing if you have several.
oh, I have several, but one that jumps out to me, and I will say this is a mixture of being really proud of who I am and marching to the beat of my own drum, and then also, like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
My great great aunt, so she was old when I was young. So
Mhm.
that she died when she was 99. She was an excellent seamstress. She could make anything. I remember being really young, like kindergarten, playing at their house, getting really dirty outside. And while she put me in the tub, she would just make me a new outfit. Like she was that good at sewing. So when I was in middle school, I decided I was going to just kind of design my own clothes there for a little bit. And she made me some outfits that were just outrageous. And it was all me. I mean, it wasn't that she was bad at making
Yeah.
clothes. It was my idea. But I wore them to school and I thought I was so cool. And they were probably very lame.
Did you make them at home or were you in home ec?
No, she made
Oh,
them.
you had
She
you
helped me
told
make
her I
them, but
gotcha.
I designed them and,
I
like, told
gotcha.
her
Okay.
what I wanted. I'm proud of me
Yeah.
because it wasn't in, it was just what I wanted to
Yeah.
wear,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "This'll be cool." So she made them, and I wore them to school, and if I looked back on it, I don't remember having any pictures made or anything
Yeah.
with them on, but if I look back on it now, that's embarrassing, but no.
Yeah. Mine were the jams. Remember jams? And
Yes.
I made jams because I was in home ec, like,
Yes.
all through middle school and high school. So we would sew in there,
Mhm.
and I made a pair of bright I might still have them. I feel like I still have them, and I found them recently and showed them to my kids maybe, like a really bright patterned material, and made them and wore the junk out of them. And while I've been talking to you, you will never remember this because why would you? But when we were in ninth grade, the first day of school for ninth grade, so we were entering in high school,
Mhm.
you and I rode the bus together
Mhm.
because your dad lived down the street from me. So if
Yes.
you ever stayed with him, we were on the same bus route.
Yes.
And I remember us going to the first day of high school together. We didn't want to go alone. And the outfit that I wore, they were kind of jammy like length shorts, or I guess maybe they were jams, and then the matching top that went with it. And I just remember like these big colored circles just on that was the print on
Mhm.
all of my entire wardrobe. So that's how I showed up to school on my first day of high school.
Well, I had some questionable stuff in high school too, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of my like prom dresses and pageant dresses from middle school were questionable. But I mean, back then they weren't. So
Yeah, I don't know if mine wasn't jams specifically, but you may remember everybody had those overalls and they weren't denim, but everybody had those overalls and they would wear one side
yeah,
buckled and the other side. Okay, I had a pair of like black and red plaid ones that I thought was the
yeah,
bomb.
we would have one.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember if I ever did the overalls thing, but I do remember people wearing the one thing that just hung down or whatever.
Oh yeah. That was me being crazy.
One thing that I remember when I was younger, I guess I was 10 because I went to go see my Aunt Linda in Orlando. And we've joked about this here recently with them. I flew down there.
Mhm.
So my mom put me on a plane. My parents put me on a plane, and I flew to stay with my aunt in Orlando. We got to do that when we were 10. We would go down and stay with her. So I guess my mom just thought it would just be so cute for me instead of flying down there in just regular 10-year-old clothes. She put me in a pink and white striped suit. So I had a jacket, a skirt, pantyhose, and some kind of, I think, sandals. I don't remember if I had a hat on. I'd have to verify with them, but it was a suit.
You were looking ripe.
Yes. So can you imagine the looks that I got walking through the airport?
You look like you were going down there to close a business deal, to sell some beach real estate.
10 years old, yes.
That is
Pantyhose, open-toed sandals, might I add.
how did I and they were
I've
suntanned,
got
I'm
to find
assuming?
oh, yeah, the
Yeah,
usual,
yeah.
I've got to find a picture. I know there's gotta be a picture somewhere. If I find it, I'll have
Please show
to
it to
show you.
me.
Yes, I
We're
will.
gonna make that our new cover
Yeah.
photo. Okay. Speaking of fashion, so if you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
I think my first response is blue because it's my
Yes.
favorite color, but I think I would pick brown, and I don't have a lot of brown, but I did when I worked, like, when I was in my 20s and 30s and I had to dress up and wear high heels and stuff, I had a lot of brown then, brown sweaters and brown shirts, and I just feel like it was always my color, brown. So,
Was this
I would say
also
brown.
in your real estate selling phase when you were 10?
Maybe. Maybe I went from pink to brown. But I don't know, I think brown would be my choice.
I I'm torn on this question because I have gotten to where I know what looks good on me now, and I
Mhm.
think it's jewel tones. So that royal blue
Yeah,
color, red, this green color, like those tend to complement my
yeah,
hair and my skin better. But I love red. Red is my favorite color, and I noticed when I was posting for your birthday that almost every one of our pictures together, I'm wearing red,
yeah,
and it's just my color, so I
yeah,
guess it would have to be red.
yeah. Mine is definitely not the warm tones.
Yeah,
The reds, the orange, the yellows, not me. I just
yeah,
don't look good in it, and the only time I really ever wear red is if it's Alabama related or Christmas or something, but other
yeah.
than that, it just I don't feel like it works for me.
Well, you look so good in blue because your eyes are blue, you look
Thank you.
really good with that, but I think my eyes look more green when I'm wearing red
Yeah,
because it is
right, and your
contrasting
hair's
color.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so interesting.
Okay, let's do a listener question. An area of your life begging for an upgrade. So, and I just got these today, so I've really not had a lot of time to even think about it. I just wrote them down, but instinctively, my wardrobe needs an upgrade. And then if we're not being so tangible in that way, me being more disciplined needs an upgrade. Those are the only things I could think of.
That's a very deep question
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
I will say my love life
Yeah,
is
for
gonna
sure.
be item number 1. I would say number 2 is probably finances, like, I need maybe a
You
deeper
need some more
dive
money.
there, I need some money, but I would say relationship,
Yeah,
you know, love life,
yeah,
number 1 for me.
sure. I
But
would
yeah,
agree with
that's a
that.
good one to make you think, this is a good one. What's a smell that instantly takes you back to childhood?
There's so many. Whenever I cook hash and cabbage and beans, it takes me back to my house when I was growing up and my grandparents' house
Mhm,
because my grandmother cooked it and my mom cooked it. So anything hash, cabbage, beans related,
mhm.
cornbread, that sort of thing would always take me back to my childhood. I think sometimes the smell of cut grass, and then certain smells like an aftershave that my grandfather
Mhm.
used to wear, or my dad.
Yes, same thing. So I remember being at my grandparents' house on the farm, and with them cutting hay or cutting grass, it was all in the air.
Yeah,
And then my granddad, who had worked outside all day and riding his tractor and doing all those things, and then come in, take a shower, and put on that aftershave.
yeah,
And so I guess it was Old Spice or something, and
probably.
so just him that those smells just remind me of being at my grandparents'
Yeah,
house and running around on their
yeah.
farm and
an
you know.
Old Spice or a Brute or something.
Yeah.
One thing that does remind me of my grandparents' house is if I smell toast,
Mm.
like a toast with butter and jelly, that
Mhm.
smell always takes me back to my grandparents' house. I spent the night over there a lot,
Mhm.
and so whenever she would fix breakfast the next morning, it would be toast and the butter and jelly, and there used to be a place when you were driving through downtown,
Mhm.
it always smelled like bread.
Yes. I smell it at my office.
We'll do one more listener question, and then we'll go back to the more lighthearted ones. This'll be quick. Are you holding on to something that you need to let go of?
I'm gonna
So, okay, you
I'm
yeah.
gonna say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say no. I think if you had asked me that question 2 years ago, the answer would have been absolutely yes.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna say no.
Well, my answer is yes, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna elaborate, but yeah, there is a thing or 2 that I need to let go of, and that's my answer.
Well, and I'm sure if I sat here and thought about it for 30 minutes, there
Yeah.
might be something that pops up, but I'm gonna say no, I've let all that
Yeah,
go. Sarah, sarah. Live and let
that's
live.
right.
Okay. What's the best way to waste time? Like, what is your favorite way, I guess?
Probably what the usual, scrolling on my phone,
Yes.
even though I talk about it all the time and I hate doing it,
Mhm.
but it's just so simple to do. So, probably scrolling on my phone or people watching. I do like to people watch. I will say that's one thing it doesn't matter if I'm at a restaurant or if I'm out of town or a anywhere. I can just sit outside and be. I can
Mhm.
sit outside for hours on my patio in a public place. I just like to sit and just think and watch people. I don't have to, have my phone on or listening to music. I just am watching.
Mhm.
When I'm at the beach, it's the same thing. I can just sit on that sand and stare at the water. I don't even know what I'm thinking, but
Mhm.
I'm just sitting there and staring out.
Same. I love TikTok. I could watch that all day.
Mhm.
I love to send my friends like 5,000 memes and videos and that kind of thing and get in my bed at night. There's
Yeah,
nothing better than just scroll on my phone. And I'll save things to
I
send
do
to
too.
people later. But I think that, or, when I travel, people watch, being
Yeah,
at the airport, it's good times.
yeah. What's the last lie that you told?
I've tried to think about this. I honestly don't know. I think maybe I told my grandmother that I'd call her when I got home, knowing good and well I wasn't doing it
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
not 11.
right.
It's like, no. But honestly, I cannot think. I think that's part of my problem is that I'm pretty brutally honest. I don't lie on purpose, like
Yeah,
about stuff, and I'm trying to think. And honestly, I cannot think of a time
yeah,
that I've told a lie. Maybe that I didn't care about something when I did,
right.
but that was not a lie what I just did in that last question, the things I need to let go of. That was not a lie, but probably, pushing things
Yeah,
down and thinking, "Oh, I'm fine.
right,
I'm fine," when I'm not.
right. Yeah, mine is really kinda simple too. It would have been Sunday? Is that when we went to go see Alabama and Auburn play in
Mhm.
Tuscaloosa? Yes, Sunday. Um, so we did not have a very good food day. The meals that we had that day were mediocre at best, our lunch and dinner, and at lunch, we were all I'm not gonna say the place in Tuscaloosa because 'cause I'm not gonna do that, but we just weren't real impressed with what we got. And my problem is if we all start kinda talking like that at the table and we're like, "Oh, yeah," you're kinda joking around about the food or whatever, then when the waitress comes and they're like, "How is everything?" or that, I wanna start laughing because, you all kinda look at each other because you're giving each other that side eye, and it makes me crack up and laugh. So every time she would come, and I'd say, "Yeah, it's great, it's fine." I can't look at Blake if I do that because he gives me this look. But it's just, it was lying about saying my food was okay. And then we went to Cracker Barrel that night
Mhm.
and they've got like fried, no, what is it? Cinnamon roll skillet, like a cinnamon
Mm.
roll skillet thing. And so because I thought, it's Cracker Barrel, I said, I wonder if they make these cinnamon rolls. And the kids were just looking at me like, no, they don't make them. So the waitress came over and I said, do y'all make your own cinnamon rolls? And she kind of paused for a minute and just looked at me and then just went, no. She kind of just shook her head and went, no. And I said, okay. Which I ordered them anyway, and then, Blake was kinda joking about how she wanted to lie to you, Mom. She paused, she almost said, "Yeah, we make 'em." She was like, "I'm not gonna do that." Anyway, that was that's pointless to the question that I just asked,
No, but it's
but
perfect that it happened the same day.
yes,
Somebody asks you something and you're like, "It's great," and then you said, "Hey, do you make your own cinnamon rolls?" And she's like, no."
and they were good, but they were not homemade. So, anybody that's going to Cracker Barrel that wants their cinnamon rolls are not made, at least not at that
I
location.
will say the best cinnamon roll that I've had that I can remember was this past Christmas. Kate's girlfriend homemade cinnamon rolls,
Yeah,
like yeast,
yeah,
dough, rolled it out, the whole 9.
mhm.
Oh my gosh, so good. So shout out.
If you're a good dough maker, cinnamon rolls are great. I've tried to make them, and I feel like mine come out a little dense, and then
Mm,
I made some one time that I saw, I think it was on Good Day Alabama, and they put sausage, like, they had ground up
mhm.
sausage, and they put it in there, and I liked it okay, but the kids didn't like it. Anyway.
Well, shout out to Rooney,
Alright,
who
Rooney.
is an excellent baker, and it was so good.
Yum.
I ate one and was sick.
I love a good cinnamon roll.
Oh, they're so good. Mm.
It's like Krispy Kreme donuts and a
Yes.
good, big, warm, soft cinnamon roll.
Yes.
The
Krispy
best.
Kreme donuts
Yes.
slap. They're the best. Okay. You have to give a TED Talk on something that you know way too much about. What's the topic?
This is the only other question that I'm gonna say pass on.
Okay. Well, the only thing that I can think of, and I act like I'm an MD and I'm not, or a PhD, any of the D's behind my name, I will just say I could get on my soapbox and go off about some menopause.
Mhm.
Now, that does
That's
not
true, that's
mean
a good one.
that I am an actual expert on it. I can only speak from experience,
Yeah,
videos I've watched. I've heard other doctors talking about it online,
yeah,
all of that, but I could go for days
yeah.
about menopause. But,
That's a good one.
you know,
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to a listener question. Oh, I have to look on my phone for this one. So, this was gonna be kinda deep. So, this person had listened to our episode that came out today. So, this
mhm,
was our first episode.
mhm.
And she said, in today's episode, you talked about your future 10 years down the road, which begs the question for way further down the road. How would you like to be remembered?
Wow, that is deep.
So if you need a minute to think about it, I can just answer what I put.
Yeah, you
And
can go ahead.
that'll give you a second to think about what you want to say. And I was getting emotional thinking about it. It's so strange how you think you can verbalize something or communicate something, and then it starts coming out and you get emotional, even if you're just thinking about it and you're
Sure.
not verbalizing it yet. But I think I would like to be remembered as someone who loved her family deeply
Mhm.
all the time, all the time, always, no matter what. I loved my family. I would like to be remembered as being strong and resilient. But one thing that I put is it's hard for me because how I want to be remembered and how I will be remembered is probably two different things. So I would like to be remembered as someone that's caring and sweet and embracing, comforting, welcoming, but I don't think that I'll be remembered that way because I can be caring, but listen, I've never been told, well, I'm not gonna say never. I've not been told a lot of my life that I'm sweet, and I'm really not. That's just not my my personality. You know, you don't have to be mean, but just to say, "Oh, you're so sweet," or "You're just such a sweet person," it's just not who I am. I don't know that I am looked at as being a comforting person
Mhm.
because I am so tough and I like tough love and I'm blunt and to the point, and so that's just how I respond. So I wouldn't think that people would see me as comforting, even though I try to be in my own way. So that's how I would like to be remembered, but I will probably be remembered more as strong, tough, however you want to look at it, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Excuse me, resilient and present. I hope that my kids and nieces and nephew will just remember me as someone that loved family, that always tried to bring the family together. I was always present, being a part of their lives, wanting them a part of my life.
Mhm.
So I know that's a very long answer, but it's such a deep question and it is a lot to think about. So anyway,
Mhm.
I don't know. You'd have to ask my kids though.
So, a lot of parallels there with what I would say. I think that I'm very strong, emotionally resilient.
Gotta be.
I think I would like to be known for being someone that you can depend on,
Yeah.
loyal,
Right.
ride or die, someone that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you can pick up the phone and I'll be there,
Right.
someone that is trustworthy, and someone that chooses to do the right thing. Not that I have always done the right thing, not that I have not made mistakes. When you look at a picture of my life, I want it to be that, she was a good person
Mhm.
and that she was caring and that she was kind to people. She put others above herself all the time, selfless. And I want to be remembered for being a generous person. And that means time, energy, money. When I love with my whole heart,
Right.
and I don't halfway do anything. I want to be remembered for having a strong work ethic and always going above and beyond, not because I want to add a girl or a pat on the back, but it makes me feel good to do the right thing and do
Mhm.
the right thing for others. It's not always about recognition, although that's great because I love words of
Yeah.
affirmation, but I would think that the legacy I leave is that my children see my character and that I am pouring myself into everything that I do and I'm doing it the right way and doing it with my whole heart and that they would want to emulate that.
Right. Yeah. That's really a good answer, and listening to you, I would agree with all that. At the end of the day, even though I don't feel like I'm the most comforting or super sweet or super welcoming person, that my kids still always have some sort of comfort when they're here.
Yes.
You know, I want them to feel like how I felt when I would go to my grandparents' house. It was
Mhm.
just a comfort. I didn't have to do anything when I was there, but I just felt comfortable and safe, and I would like for them to feel that way about me, like I am a safe place for them to come to,
Mhm. No
and
matter what they've done or said.
yeah, and that
Yeah.
they could trust me. I don't know that they would say that now, and I don't know that I could have said that when I was in my 20s, but
Mhm.
the older we get, we come around.
Sure.
So, I would like to think that they would think of me as someone that was a safe space for them and
Mhm.
that they could depend on and trust, and that my friends, thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So
And I would say lastly that I hope that people would remember and feel like I'm a doer. So if they have a problem, I can help them solve it, or
Right.
I'll do everything short of sin to try to solve it,
Right.
especially for my kids.
Yeah.
But for my family, they know they can depend on me. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and it's strange because, like, sometimes when we do this type of episode and we're asking each other questions, I will think, "I wonder how Mandy's gonna answer this, or
Mhm.
what's Mandy gonna say?" And so on this one, I actually thought about that for you. If I have a problem that I really need you to help me with, this
Mhm.
isn't a venting session,
Right.
but if I have a problem and I need to figure something out or I don't know what to do, I'm about to get upset.
Don't get upset. You're going to make me get
We don't have
upset.
tissues.
I know.
Like, you're going to help me fix the problem.
Yes.
And if I don't know what to do, I know that now I'm getting cracked up because my Aunt Donna told me, "Oh, Lisa, I know every time you're about to cry on that podcast, I can hear your voice." I'm thinking she's about to start crying.
Oh.
So I know she's thinking that now.
And then
But
Donna calls my mom.
yeah. But I do know that if I ever had a problem or an issue or if I was in trouble, that you're going to figure it out or you're gonna help me figure it
Yes,
out.
I am.
Yeah.
I love it. All
Thanks,
right.
listener, for that
Yes.
question.
Thank you. That was a good one. This is kind of a fun one to bring us back to the fun. So, which emoji do you think best represents your current era of life?
My current Oh my gosh, that was a hard one. I wanted to say the eye roll, but I'm like, that's not my current where I am in life. That's just me reacting to people all the time. But I guess I would probably say, like, the one where the girl's just doing this. Is that what you picked? 'Cause I'm like, I don't know what I'm
It's either
doing.
this or like me,
Yes.
that one,
Yeah, like,
those two.
same,
Yeah,
same.
same, me,
Yeah.
guilty.
But I
Did it.
feel like sometimes I don't know what's going on,
That
you
that
know?
is me. Hey, it is what it is,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
Just move on. That's so funny because out of all the hundreds of
Yes.
emojis, the only other one I can think of is me being the dancer. Like
Yeah.
that's me for sure.
Yeah. So
Just
funny.
dancing through my issues.
Well, neither one of us picked sunshine for a ray of sunshine.
Well, there's a
Well, we know
reason for
that's
that.
definitely not me.
Lightning bolt, maybe.
All right. What is your favorite travel story? Do you have a favorite travel
Mm.
story?
Gosh, really and truly, and this sounds so small, I think I was just so surprised at how much I can get done in such a short amount of time. So, the very first time that I went to New York City, I mean, obviously, it is huge,
Mhm.
it is massive. I mean, we live in Alabama, right? We're
Right.
not
Yeah.
looking at
The
these huge
B-ham.
skyscrapers and all that.
Right.
But it's such a huge city. And I was there in New York State for work, flying back out of LaGuardia. I was with a coworker. We had literally 20 hours until we had to leave. And I was hell bent that I was in New York City and I was going to see some stuff, country come to town.
Mhm.
So we went to a nice dinner. We went to a show, a Broadway show. We walked around and went to see the Rockefeller tree because this was in December. The next morning, we got up early. We went to this bagel place that had been recommended to us. We went to Bryant Park. We went to, I think we went to Central Park and went to Grand Central Station. Went and got pizza on
That's a
Bleecker
lot.
because somebody had told us about it, and then hoofed it back to the hotel to grab our luggage and get in an Uber and head to the airport.
That's a lot.
And when everybody said, "Oh, how long were you in New York?" I was like, 20 hours. I mean, they were like, "You went to dinner and a show and the tree and this and this." I was like, "Yep, sure did." I mean, we walked our face off.
That is hilarious.
But I'm not a huge planner. Like, I like to do things on my own time when
Yeah.
I go travel somewhere. I
Yeah.
do not want to be regimented every 10 minutes. Because if I want to deviate and look at something
Right.
else, but I'm telling you, we did it and had the
Knocked it
best
out.
time. Yeah, we had the best time. We took this little rickshaw.
You probably got in 20,000 steps.
Probably. I did. And this guy, I negotiated with this guy, shocker, that was driving one of those little rickshaws, and he was playing New York by Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
He was playing it, and he had all this Christmas stuff decked out all over his little rickshaw. And I talked him down, and he drove us. He rode us to Grand Central Station.
How funny.
We had the best time, though. But
That does sound fun.
and I've been 2 times since then, but it was just really fun. It
Yeah.
was just a fun thing, and I thought, "I'll sleep when I get home."
Right. Well, mine is not anything special. I thought about all the trips I've been on.
Yeah.
Nobody on the planet will probably remember this, but when my brother played baseball at UAB, so this
Mhm.
was way, way, way long
Mhm.
ago, they had a tournament or something, a game. I don't know if it was a round robin. It had to have been a tournament maybe in St. Louis.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
So I went up there with a group of girls. They all went to UAB, and I met them from, I guess, being at the ballpark with my brother. I don't know, maybe
Mhm.
going to his games or hanging out with him. But we all thought, oh, let's just ride up there and we'll watch them play. So I'm pretty sure we left like after work one day
Mhm.
and we drove all through the night.
Mhm.
And this would have been mid to late 90s. So I don't remember what the cell phone situation would have been back then.
Yeah.
Must not have had them because we get up there the next morning, and as we're walking in the hotel, they are walking out because they are done. They are done playing.
No.
Yes. And so I guess maybe they got eliminated.
Oh,
My brother might be able to
my
tell me if I were to
word.
tell him this, but yeah,
And you missed, like, all the baseball
I
games.
guess they lost the games that
Oh,
day
my gosh.
that we were at work or that night, and we had no way of getting in touch with them. I guess no one had cell phones.
Oh, my
So when we
word.
walked up, they were coming out to like get on the bus and leave. So we all went sightseeing in St. Louis and went up in the arch and
Oh, my
and
gosh.
then drove back home.
Oh my gosh. Well, you saying all that did remind me of another thing that I did mid to late 90s. I think it was like 1995, 96,
Mhm.
maybe. So my roommate and I, hey, shout out Tracy, aka Bus, that's what I call her. um, we decide at like 8 o'clock at night that we're going to go see my friend Mike in Tampa.
How funny.
And we have 2 nickels to rub together.
Sure.
Because we're living in an apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, we're broke, you know?
Yeah.
We pile into my Civic, and I had called him and told him that we were coming, and I think he thought we were full of crap. So we drive all night long, go down there, and I pull over on the side of the road, and I'm on a payphone, and we get this hotel room that was probably like $50,
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest dump ever.
Excuse me.
And we had driven all night long. I call him at like 6 a.m. from this hotel parking lot. And as I'm on the payphone calling him to say, hey, we're actually, I see my car roll
No.
by because it was a stick shift and Bus had not put on the brake or something. And it's like rolling across
Oh,
the
my
parking lot. And
gosh.
I'm like, and I got running to get in my car. But anyway, I'm done. But we went to bed and just we had to sleep. I mean, we were so tired.
Probably
We had driven like
delirious.
11
Oh
hours.
my gosh.
Anyway, we were in this rat hole motel, but we went to sleep and took a nap for a few hours and got up, and he had gotten off work, and we went over to see him and went to his apartment and went to Ybor City, had drinks, all this stuff. We end up coming back and staying at Mike's somehow. I think we were at Mike's house. And then we go to her aunt's who lives somewhere down there. I mean, just YOLO. I mean, I have a picture somewhere of us, like in front of a
Yeah.
palm tree, in front of my car, in front of God knows
I
what.
mean, to be young again, just to be able to
I
do
know.
that just on a whim.
We
Say, "Oh,
should do something
let's
like
drive
that.
10 hours down the road."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so funny, but Bus, you can straighten me out if I'm telling any of that
So
wrong, but
funny.
I'm dead. Yeah, my car goes rolling
Oh
across the
my
parking lot,
gosh.
but anyway, we got it and everything was fine, but
How funny.
yeah, the things we do when we're
Mm,
young.
okay. Like, what celebrity would be your BFF and why?
This is one I have racked my
You couldn't think of
brain.
anybody?
I cannot think of who would just be
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, F I always think of Friends. I
Yeah.
always think of that cast, and I obviously don't know their personal stories,
Right.
but I often think of, like, Matthew Perry,
Yeah.
like but I just can't think of anybody that I think would be awesome to hang out with.
Yeah, I think mine is Leah Remini. Like, she's the first
Oh,
person
yeah.
I thought of just because I've always liked her. I
Mhm.
love King of Queens. King of
Yes.
Queens and Friends are my two favorite shows. But I follow her on social media,
Mhm.
and I have for a long time. I watched her reality show. I saw her on Dancing with the Stars.
Mhm.
Obviously, I don't know her personally, but I've seen her outside of being on a show
Yeah.
and just some of her documentaries, and she posts a lot of stuff just at her home with her family on her
Mhm.
social media page. So she just seems like a really funny person,
Yeah.
someone that would just always keep me laughing and would be fun to hang out with. And she does seem very family oriented. And yeah, so she would be my BFF.
So automatically thought about for you that you would say Pamela Anderson
Oh,
because
yeah.
of like all the admiration
Yeah.
that we both have for her,
Yeah. She's so sweet.
with everything. But speaking of, I just saw that she is actually in a relationship with Liam Neeson.
Did they
That
make it
they've like
official?
make it official and they came out and,
Yeah.
hard launch, I guess, which good for
I
her.
didn't see that, but I remember when there was speculation going on after they
Yeah.
had done that movie or
I
whatever
think I
together.
just saw it yesterday, but you know what? Good for them.
Yeah,
And I think he's been through a lot of heartache with
right.
his wife passing away and all that. So, and
Yeah,
she's been through a lot. So good for
yeah.
them. I mean, cheers to
I
you.
really, really like her.
Yeah. And good for her
Yeah,
for finding somebody.
that's awesome. I'll have to
Yeah.
look into that.
Yeah. I'm excited
This is
about it.
off the subject, but while I'm thinking about it, because you said that, although I don't know why this reminds me of it, Love on the Spectrum came out today.
Did it? I love
I'm so
that.
excited. Blake and Ashley texted today and they're like, guess what came out today? I said, I know. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
What a cute show.
Yeah. Okay. This is a listener question. What would your younger self be proud to see you doing now?
That's good. I would say very proud of what I've been able to accomplish so far in my career.
Mhm.
Very proud of the way that I've handled myself over the last few years, and probably very surprised by that as well.
Yeah. I've struggled with this a little bit. I think my younger self would be proud that I have come out on the other side. I got through whatever it was that I needed to get
Mhm.
through different phases of life. And I have some great kids.
You
So
do.
I think that younger me would be really, really proud of my kids.
Yes.
So,
Same
yeah,
for me. I would be proud, but I
yeah,
was just thinking of just
Yeah,
myself
yeah,
at
yeah.
that moment, but yes, I'm
Well,
very,
it is
very
a
proud of my
testament to
kids.
parents. I mean,
Yeah.
some of it is the kids, but, it's also how you raise your kids. But I
Yeah.
just think I'd probably be so proud that I haven't, like, found myself curled up in a corner
Yeah.
somewhere in
I
a
know.
dark room
Rocking
rocking
back
back.
and forth,
Yes.
sucking your thumb and
Right.
twirling your hair. Yeah,
Yes.
there are
Yeah.
days, but for the most part,
Yeah. Okay, we'll do one more listener question. 10 years from now, what will you regret if you don't learn it now? It's probably nothing new for me. It's just that I'm learning as I get older. It was harder for me, but just always make the effort with people
Mhm.
or with your family, whoever
Mhm.
it is in your life, and to not hold grudges.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And I am a lot better about that than I used to be. I used to hold on to some grudges.
Well, me too. Me too, and I've learned, like Elsa, to let it go.
Mhm.
But I would say as far as I like to learn, and so I would say I've always been extremely intimidated by the stock market, bond trading, all of those things. I would like to learn more about that and be more comfortable with it when I'm in
Mhm.
my 60s just because it's something that I want to learn.
Yeah.
I think learning to have a healthy relationship with boundaries is something that also I think for self development would be good for me. And that can be personal, professional,
Mhm.
whatever, but having those boundaries that
Yeah.
um, really saves me a lot of heartache.
Right.
I think would be good. And that is something I've already put in place, but I think continuing
Yeah,
to
sure.
learn how to be on my own in that way.
Right. Yeah, I'd agree. All right. Well, I think we went through a good bit of questions tonight. We didn't get to every question. There were a couple of listener questions we didn't get to and a couple that, we had come up with, but I always love the Q&A.
Me too, and I think that was a great place to end it, like,
Yeah.
thinking forward and what are you gonna do in the next 10 years to really learn, and what are some areas you can grow in? I love that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
really good episode
Yeah.
tonight.
I enjoyed it. It's always fun.
Yeah, it
All
is.
right. Y'all have a good
Alright.
week.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. I said you too. Me too.
I should leave that in with
We
you
should.
saying that's
We
how we're going to
should.
end this.
We can.
Keep going.